Yo, what's going on? Another day, another BTS vlog. I just parked in front of my shoot location for the day. Today I'm going to be doing a 2-camera interview, very similar to what I did in the previous vlog, except for now, I actually have my buddy's Amaran 300C, so this is going to be a big boost as far as light source goes. I still plan on using my 200X, probably like for fill lights. I still don't know what the actual room looks like, but from the looks of it, it's going to be indoors. I'm not going to be combating the sun as much like I did in the previous vlog. So in the previous vlog, I learned, as far as like the FX6, I did learn that I need to expose a little bit better for the subject, and just looking at my waveform looked pretty good, but that could even be a little bit deceiving until you actually see it in the final. As far as like throwing it into the actual editing software, you could really tell that it was slightly underexposed. But again, you were able to, or at least I was able to fix it in post. But I'm trying to get it right in camera, so I did order the Adamus Shinobi monitor. I didn't go with the Ninja because I have zero interest as far as filming in the monitor system. I will have to get like more parts, like an SSD and all that good stuff, which I don't care. I'd rather just shoot it internal into my actual CF Express card. So I opted with getting the Shinobi over the Adamus Ninja for that reason. And one of the reasons is because I want to have false color, because like I mentioned in the previous vlog, the previous interview, I think the subject was slightly underexposed, and if I would have had false color, I would have been able to tell if he was underexposed or not. So I was supposed to use it today, but I did get notified that my Shinobi did get delayed a day, so sucks. I can't use it for this specific shoot, but I will use it for tomorrow's shoot. This is like shoot 1 of 5 for the week, so yeah, I have a slammed week, slammed 2 weeks actually, so it should be pretty good as far as the money goes. So yeah, man, I'm gonna walk into the actual brokerage right now, and get this party started. So as I walk in, I go and browse around through the entire property to see what's the best spot to film this interview, and it's pretty busy in there. There's probably around 20 to 25 different individuals just chatting up a storm, and I didn't want to deal with that kind of noise, so we decided to just use his own office space to film this interview. And as you can see, it's a pretty tight and snug space, so I did have to sacrifice some depth in the A shot. So it's a little flat in my opinion, but I mean, this is what we had to deal with, and yeah, overall it went great. The lighting situation was fairly simple with the Amaran 300C, and I'm glad that I used this with my lantern that I just recently purchased as well. I did end up using my 200X as a bounce, so I literally just shot it up to the ceiling, and since it's white, it did a nice little bounce right there, and pretty good fill light. And as far as equipment goes, of course, I'm using the FX6 with the A7S III, and on the FX6 I have the 55mm Zeiss 1.8, and for the B camera I have the 85G Master 1.4 with an ND filter as well. And yeah, man, I'm getting more and more comfortable with the FX6. I'm constantly learning new things about the camera. Having the 300C as my main KeyLight was a big step up compared to my 200X, but I'm still going to utilize my 200X as far as like at least a fill or even a hair light. But the 300C, man, I highly recommend it, man. It's if you're on a budget, I recommend the Amaran 200X or even the 300C. 300C is a little bit more expensive, obviously, because it is RGB, and you could really change the light and get really creative with that light, which most lights are bicolor, and so yeah, you're gonna shave off a few dollars right there. But overall, the 300C is an amazing piece of equipment. All right, I am back at the crib. The shoot was pretty fast and simple, and yeah, just want to give you guys a quick update as far as like the file storage. Last week I was mistaken, and I didn't know there was another codec for the FX6, yeah, I want to correct myself. So I ended up finding out that there is another codec besides XAVCI, which is intra. So I discovered, which is again, I'm learning something every day, man, and then it's all good. There is another codec called XAVC XAVC-L, which is long GOP codec. And so I use that for today's interview. And that made a huge difference as far as file compression and file size. So the interview ran for 20 something minutes, which was very similar to the one in the previous podcast. And long story short, the file ended up being less than 20 gigabytes. I think it was like 16 or 17 gigabytes for a 22-minute interview, which that is a huge difference compared to what I did last time, which was like almost 50 gigs, I want to say. And then for the A7S III, I did film in XAVC H, I believe, which is like the more compressed one, and that was like literally like 6 gigabytes. They're both 4K, so I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, man. So if you guys are doing some sort of production for somebody, you need to upload files, and they're not requesting a specific codec. Like this specific production company that I'm working with, they didn't ask for a specific codec. They just wanted 4K. They know that for sure. And so I filmed in XAVC long. So yeah, this is going to be way better as far as uploading and dumping files to your drives or clouds or whatever. So learn something every day, man. As I'm dumping the footage, I noticed there was a box waiting for me to open, and it's my monitor. My Shinobi finally came in a little later than expected, but it's all good. At least I finally have it, and I could use it for the rest of the week. It would have been cool to use it for today's shoot, but it is what it is. So now I need to figure out how to use this, import some LUTs into this, and figure out how I'm going to attach it to the FX6. And little pro tip, guys, I was comparing prices between B&H and Amazon. I usually, for the longest, I would always use Amazon exclusively, and then I just started getting into the B&H, getting into purchasing stuff in B&H. I literally just downloaded the app like in January. So I've been trying to keep my expenses more organized, since I am sharing my Amazon with my wife. So this will be easier as far as like figuring out, for tax purposes, like figuring out my yearly expenses. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing it up is because on Amazon, it came with like an extra battery, or came with a battery, should I say, and a charger and a cleaning kit for a solid deal. Well, actually, it was just the regular standard retail price, but this came included. Where on B&H, it was just the same monitor for a little bit more as far as like the price goes compared to Amazon. So I would recommend checking other places like either Best Buy or even Amazon and see what bundles. Usually Amazon does a really good job of bundling things as far as like giving you either an extra battery or a cleaning kit or something. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna figure this out, and I will catch you guys on day 2. All right, so I just arrived to the beautiful Sunset Cliffs here in San Diego, California, and I got here a little bit early, so I just texted the client that I am here. He's about 5 minutes out, so yeah, things are gonna start on time, which I appreciate. Today I packed pretty light, just the good old in-case travel backpack, and I have the A7S III 2875 and a couple other lenses, which is, I believe it's the 85 and the 17 and 28, plus the Mavic 3 drone that I do plan on flying since we are at the cliffs and we want to get some gorgeous views. By the way, guys, if you do fly commercially, if you're a videographer, make sure you get your Part 107 license. Believe you me, that the FAA is watching and lurking on your guys' stuff. So if you guys are flying illegally, you guys will get caught. Trust me. I've heard many horror stories, and I've actually had the FAA reach out to me before. So if you guys want to know more about that and my experience with that and the Part 107 licensing and all that good stuff, feel free to leave me a comment, and I'll definitely make a video for that. So I'm going to do some drone stuff right now and meet with the clients. And like I said, it's going to be pretty easy. It's going to be just simply B-roll stuff. So just the camera and the 3 lenses plus the drone and the gimbal, and that's going to be it. Change of plans. The client actually just arrived right when I finished recording that piece, and so I immediately walked into the property. The property was a kind of like a whatever property. It's kind of weird because the property itself wasn't amazing, but the location is definitely prime. It's like overlooking the water. You'll see it in a second, and it is just amazing to have that view as your backyard. But anyways, the client had showed up with his 2 agents, and so I just did some quick B-roll with the gimbal, which is the DJI RS3 with the 28 to 75 lens. And then after that, I just went handheld. I put my camera on active stabilization, and with a 28 to 75, you're going to get some great images. It's such an underrated lens, in my opinion. And yeah, with the, like I said, the active stabilization does a really phenomenal job keeping the camera nice and steady and have that nice natural camera movements. After that, time to do some drone stuff and show off the stunning location here at Sunset Cliffs. And here are some of the views of the location that we're currently at. And yeah, man, this is classic San Diego right here. You cannot beat it. And as far as the drone goes, I own the DJI Mavic 3, and I do have an ND filter on, which is like an ND16, I believe. And yeah, man, the wind conditions were a little on the rough side, but lucky for me, the Mavic 3 has enough weight to hold. All right, time to do a little bit more drone action. It's beautiful Sunset Cliffs, and we're gonna be tracking this Cybertruck. Should be good. This was some of my favorite shots for sure. I was able to pretty much track the vehicle throughout the entire ride here. So I'm pretty much in the vehicle right there. And yeah, man, like the Cybertruck is so cool, dude. Like even the inside part is so spacious and so nice looking. A lot of eyeballs, a lot of random people taking photos of it. So pretty smart for this realtor to brand his vehicle. All right, so just got done doing some epic drone shots following the Cybertruck, and man, I got some of the best drone shots I've ever captured probably, and I've captured some amazing stuff just flying throughout the world with the drone and stuff like that, but this one was pretty damn dope. Just the fact that I was able to track the Cybertruck flawlessly, and just did an amazing job. And yeah, the client was super impressed and super hyped, and yeah, I can't wait to actually start working on this cut. And yeah, so as of right now, I'm in the middle of traffic. It's 4 o'clock, and so we're going to his place, and yeah, naturally it's going to be some traffic right now, and hopefully I'll be at his place within an hour, and we're going to film some family stuff, some more intimate stuff, as far as like getting, he's a big sneakerhead, so we're going to get some shots of his sneaker collection, and he has another old school vehicle that we're going to capture as well, some family time as well. So that should be pretty simple, pretty easy, and yeah, catch you guys in a bit. This is the first time I actually attached a side handle to the gimbal, and I don't know how I feel about it. It helps me out a little bit, but it's not even with if I put my left hand on the actual wood handle. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I'm not sure if I love it though, but because I don't like the. I'm starting to not like the pistol grip, but I do like the side handle. And here we're pretty much wrapping up at his place, which was a gorgeous home. And yeah, man, he wanted to show off his vehicles. He's a big sneakerhead as well. And so we got some B-roll of that. We got some intimate shots of him and his family playing on their backyard. And here I'm just pretty much getting a hero shot of him. And I pretty much had him positioned in between both vehicles. And pretty much I asked him to just do whatever feels comfortable for him as I pushed up towards him. And this is what we came up with. Overall, the shoot went great. I love that I am doing the kind of work that I want to do. And yeah, man, it's a good feeling to consistently get booked out and do the stuff you want to do. So yeah, man, if you guys have any questions, any concerns, feel free to drop a comment and I'll get to you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.